Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kenny Wallace Show. Well, here we go again. Uh, Snoop Dogg had a song with no more drama into LBC. It's kind of don't make me sing it all. Here we go again. Drama for the third straight year because of the TV ratings and success. Bristol Motor Speedway is doing the right thing. They're putting dirt on the Bristol Motor Speedway. Now, there's a lot of people that like it, but when people don't like things, they yell. They yell. I don't like it. People that like things, they go, that's really nice. I like that. So people that don't like things, they get loud. Ow, hurts your ears. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Now, here's the disclaimer. The Herminator's a dirt racer. And the reason I like dirt is because AJ Foyt, Mario Andretti, they'll tell you right now, they'd run the Indianapolis 500. They'd go down to Terre Haute, the action track, and they'd run dirt. A real race car driver is well-versed. We know that as far as verbiage. Like, I can talk real good, but a good race car driver like a Kyle Larson, AJ Foyt, Mario Andretti, even Jimmy Johnson, off-road trucks. Dirt racing is thought of by some people dirty, nasty, lower level, but that's just not true. NASCAR started on dirt. There's more dirt tracks in America than there are asphalt tracks. That's just the way it is. Google it. If I'm wrong, respond right here. But why is the Bristol Motor Speedway putting dirt on their racetrack? Well, it's pretty simple. Fox Sports out of Los Angeles, California, they said, hey, these are good TV ratings. We're getting 4 or 5 million people to watch this. And have you ever counted the 4 million? That's a lot of people. So when we look at Bristol, one of my favorite tracks, here's the disclaimer right now. I love Bristol. I've won there, got a lot of top 10s there. I think Kevin Harvick is the only one in the Xfinity Series to outmaneuver me for top 10. So my brother Rusty, and listen, when people say to me, Herman, you're retired, you go to any of them NASCAR races? I say, I go to Bristol. Bristol is so exciting no matter what. But for some reason, people want to go back to something we can't duplicate. We know that the bump and run days of Bristol, they left us for a little bit. And the reason is because they made the straightaways wider. And then they put the grit juice came about, and then you have to run high. Everybody knows the Bristol story. Bristol has been changed a lot. Whether it was a mistake or not, that's up to all of you. We liked it when you could only run around the bottom and you had to bump somebody, get them out of the way. Now, think about it. You couldn't go high because you couldn't get the pass made. So then they made everybody go high, and then you couldn't pass low, all because of what we call the grit juice that we put around the racetrack. NASCAR come in there, they spray it on, and if you ran where they sprayed it, you were going to grip. But my opinion with dirt on Bristol, this April race is a race that hardly anybody was showing up to anyway, and here's why. Kids were in school, hotel rooms were getting outrageous, people were starting to take advantage of this race. We documented this on NASCAR Race Day built by the Home Depot, that legendary show. We said it right there. Why is the April Bristol race down on people? Well, you look at the inflation, you can't go get a hotel room for $100 anymore. They're $300. Then they knew NASCAR was coming down. They charged you $300 for a room. So I wouldn't blame, and we documented this. I wouldn't blame everything on Bristol Motor Speedway. Maybe 20% their fault, but the 80% was, hey, kids are in school. It's a little chilly outside, but I can't afford to go down there because them damn hotel rooms, are shoving it right up my butt. It's just crazy, the price of gas. So, they decide to put dirt on it. I think it's a great idea. Whether it's dirty or this or that, it's a hell of a show. I'm going to tell you what, that race last year was just unbelievable. You looked at Chase Briscoe and you looked at the 8 car. They went at it. Coming to the checkered flag, they both wrecked. Here come Kyle Busch, and he won the race. Hey, at the end of that race, nobody was complaining about dirt being on Bristol. So I'm here to give my opinion just like you all do. It is not a gimmick because that's what we race on, is we run on dirt. Now, you might think, well, it's a gimmick. This word gimmick is old now, right? We said that, it's a gimmick. It's still a dirt track, and it's successful. Hey, wherever 4 million people watch a race, I want to see what's going on, right? So the stats are there. So I admire Bristol Motor Speedway. I admire NASCAR for trying. They're trying. Times are changing, friends. It's hard to take the whole sport. Now, listen, Darlington, Wilkesboro, you take a handful of tracks and go, let's go back to the old days, and it works. But still, they're taking Wilkesboro. They're putting safety walls all around it. They leveled the garages. They bringing it up to date. They leaving a couple old things to make us, reminisce. Oh, look, the old days. And that's nice. I like looking back and go, and that's the way it was, 1982. But dirt on Bristol is a good thing. Is it going to last any longer than 3 years? I don't know. Everything NASCAR does is in 3-year increments. Not very much do they, or listen to that language. Straighten it up, Herman. NASCAR does not very many times go, hey, we're just going to do this 1 year. Usually they do it 3 years because you got to find out if it's going to work or not. So let's break it down. Dirt on Bristol is a good thing. Why? Because the TV ratings are up there. Another reason y'all quit showing up. It's cold. My kids are in school. Hotel rooms are too high. The price of gas. So we want you there. We want you in the seats at Bristol Motor Speedway. But, it's still a good thing. And I like what they're doing. The races have been exciting. It's too dusty. Well, you're not there. You're not watching it. It's too dusty. I got a little dust on me. Well, let me tell you, any dirt race you go to is going to be dusty. If it's not, you're lucky. It's dirty, but it's the racing was. You all say you want NASCAR to go back the way it was. Well, that's the way it was. You listen to Richard Petty sometimes. Richard can be a little negative. Richard Petty say dirt racing's for when we weren't. Well, Richard just gets a little upset at times. I disagree with Richard Petty. He's better than me. He's better than everybody. But I think dirt racing is where it's at. We talked about this several times right here on the Kenny Wallace Show. Dirt racing is beating asphalt racing tenfold. I'll say it, tenfold. They sure are. They really are. Dirt racing throughout America, there's more dirt tracks, way more than asphalt tracks, and the crowds are getting pretty big. So I'm not going to judge Bristol because there's only 50,000 people there. God, I tell you, it's just crazy. I think about how we talk about that now. There are only 50,000 people in the grandstands when there used to be 150 people. Oh, my God. While Busch Stadium down here is sold out right at 40,000. So I think it's a good thing. I applaud Bristol. It's a lot of work. They keep the dirt on hand. They figured it out. Listen, they can make it wet. They can make it dry. They can do whatever they want. Hey, do we want everything to go perfect? Hell no. Remember what I said about Talladega? They don't wreck. You all go, Talladega's boring. They wreck too much. You're like, this is a shit show. They wreck just a little bit. Try to hit it right in the middle. Wreck just a little bit. All right, good job, Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm looking forward to it. April 7th, 8th, and 9th. And Food City, still, what's it going to be called? The Food City something? I like it. All right, Bristol on Dirt. I like it. All right, remember, subscribe here, right here on YouTube. Give me your opinion. Herman, I don't like dirt on Bristol because. Tell me right here. Herman, I like dirt on Bristol because. Or remember, check us out on iTunes or Spotify. You can listen to us on your way to work now in podcast form. All right, then. We've been, man, I'll tell you what, we've been talking about a lot of NASCAR news. Let me see. A couple weeks until that race out there in LA? NASCAR season is right now.